know, in reality, and just to keep it 100 with you, it's just I need to chase my dream. I wasn't happy at these jobs.
I don't know if you know this, bro, but trying to run that business successfully while having a family is not easy, bro. That's why giving up is always there. It's like, yeah, you know, with kids at that age, life is extremely unpredictable.
That's my why right there, my family, man.
Like,
you know, I want to see them.
They say, bro,
I want to motivate them. You know,
right.
like at one point, you know, I was like, I want to motivate the world, but my world is my family. Just the haircuts, the amount of money I wasn't charging.
Okay, yeah.
40 ounces, the getaway. Was
so back, so circling back to that, like, if back then I was smoking a lot of cigarettes back in the day.
Oh shit!
I smoked a lot of cigarettes.
Newports.
Oh shit! I love Newports, bro. Before the
Crush?
no, it wasn't the Crush. It was just Newports. Newports, yeah. So, I would say, bring me a pack of cigarettes or smoke me out.
Nice.
Right?
Nice.
Or smoke me out.
Nice. Now, did you ever feel at one point you were like, this is kind of ghetto, or like, you know?
Nah. I didn't give a fuck.
You were young, huh?
I didn't give. I was young, bro. I was young. I was like, I'm gonna get my lick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm gonna get my lick, and I'm gonna get high. I'm also gonna, what's it called? I'm also gonna cut hair.
Yeah.
So, my mindset switched once I started making money, bro. Like once I started making money, that's when like things started taking a turn for me. So. I went from free to $5 a haircut.
Yeah.
And I remember like I lost a handful of my pothead clients.
That's what I was gonna tell you right now. Did you lose clients?
Yeah, I lost a handful of my pothead clients, and
you couldn't pay $5,
bro. You know how potheads are, bro.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know, potheads are fucking cheap, bro. 100%, if I'm being real with you, you know.
No offense to the potheads.
No, fuck that. they gotta fuck that. They gotta do better, bro. Like, and hold that thought. I'm gonna circle around to that in a little bit. So, yeah. So I started charging $5, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I don't need people to fucking smoke me. I can smoke on my damn self. So I started. Every money I'd get, I'd buy a dub or an eighth, and it would last me for like cool 2 days. You know? Yeah. I used to cheat, bro, but fat, bro. I used to smoke fat, but I stopped because
chronic. Something like chronic.
No, dude, I'm telling you, bro. I think I was smoking for like 10 years before I stopped. 10 years before I stopped. Damn. And the reason why I stopped was because I ended up having kids and and my kids ended up being one of the biggest motivators that I have today. Because you know how it is when you smoke, bro. You know the weed just wants you to chill, like.
And once you're chilling too hard and you have responsibilities, you know.
Exactly,
you
bro.
Can't, you know.
Exactly.
You can't chill that hard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
you,
that's another reason why I was, you know what, I can't be smoking pot no more.
Did you feel like upset when you lost your pothead clientele? You know, or were you kind of like, you know what? No, I'm getting paid.
At the time, no, I was like, fuck that.
I'm getting paid.
I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid. I'm still getting high. Like I got money in my pockets. Like I ain't tripping.
Right. Hell yeah.
But it started becoming a problem when. I would spend all my money on weed. Like before my check would come, bro, I would get a front to my I'd front my check, bro.
Oh, shit.
I would front my check, and I'm like, hey, let me get that. Let me hold 60. Let me hold 60. Let me hold the zip. You know, let me hold something, and then I got you when I get paid.
For sure.
Or let me get in advance. That's when it started getting like, all right, Pac, I think you need to. I think you need to chill. So
chill a little bit, huh?
Yeah. So essentially, it just started becoming a problem. So
right, for sure, man, for sure. And as long as you recognize it too, man, you know, because sometimes a lot of people don't recognize it, bro. Some people think like, hey, I could stop this anytime, and then
well, that's the thing.
25 years pass by, and you're like,
theoretically, you can stop. You can't stop whenever,
for sure.
Whenever you want. You know, it's just, why would you want to stop? When you know you're making money, right. You're doing something you love doing. On top of that, you can buy. You know, no one's telling you shit.
Yeah.
Andas bien a gusto, you know. Like my mom always said, I'm pinche a gusto, you know. Yeah. But I never had money for anything else.
Did you have a job though while you were doing?
Yeah. So at the time when I was in my garage, it's funny because I just told the story on the last pod. I was working in the fields. I worked the fields for the season. Yeah, bro. I worked the artichokes. I worked the pomegranates.
You get a check every week, huh?
Every week. It was like 700 every week. 700. You know, for 18-year-old, that's not too bad.
No, that's cool right there. Hell yeah.
So. I did that, and then I also, leading up to all that, I was a truck driver. Did that too. I fucking hated that job for sure because my routes were the worst because I had to fucking do San Francisco and Reno every week.
Damn.
Every week, bro.
Frisco's no joke though.
I hated it. I fucking hated every minute of it.
One-way roads, all that shit.
I fucking hated every minute of it, bro.
Yeah. You're driving big rigs, or
no, it was just the box trucks, bro. Box trucks. The Hinos.
Yeah.
Those. Yeah. I was doing those for a little while, and
you still cutting hair though, right? You were still.
Yeah, I would get on my days off, and I would get home. 2 or 3 haircuts. At the time, I was single, so I didn't have nothing going on. You know what I mean?
And the thought of getting licensed,
it was far from my mind, bro. It was far from.
You were just out cutting hair, making money on the side.
Yeah, I was. It was far from me. It wasn't in the back of my mind, but it was never like okay, I need to do this. Like I need to do this because if I don't, then I'm never gonna do it. Yeah. I think the turning point for me was when I got home from AutoZone. I used to work AutoZone. Oh shit, damn. I got home and my mom was like, "Hey, these people were here since like 3:00." I'm like, really? Like, she's like, yeah, can you cut them up and tell them to get out of here? Get out of here, skedaddle. And I'm like, well, fuck, like, what do you expect me to do, mom? Like, because back then there wasn't no such thing as a booking app. Right. It was only Snap and DM.
Oh, you were in the Snap era.
Yeah, it was the beginning of Snap era, bro.
I was in the phone line still, like, they were calling my house.
Yeah,
hey,
bro.
Is Joey
so
home?
back in the day, I remember clearly. Back in the day, it was Snap, bro. Okay. Snapchat was a big marketing tool for me because everyone in town had a fucking Snapchat. So it's like,
were you not checking it though during that time, or you were kind of just like, fuck no,
I would check it. I would post on that. The way I treated Instagram now is how I treated Snapchat. Nice. That's how I treated Snapchat, bro.
So it wasn't hard for you to transition to Instagram. If anything, you took
over
Instagram
fuck
right
no,
now,
dude. Like
you own Instagram right now. I feel like you own it right now, bro.
It's funny because like people see that, and then I'm just like, ugh, like I'm still in the process of coming up with new content. This is why I'm doing the pod now. For sure. I'm trying to create a face to my brand. Like a lot of people don't know who I am. They just see my haircuts and like, oh, it's just Paco. Like believe it or not, bro. Like I don't get much support from other barbers in town because of that reason. That's gonna happen, man. I'll hear it on the grapevine, this and that. But at the end of the day, like to me, it's like I'm not gonna return that kind of energy back to the world, bro.
100%. You gotta do you, bro. You gotta do you regardless, man.
But let me ask you though, like, what was the turning point for you? Like, you know what, this is gonna be like the way I feed my family. Like right now, like what was that turning point for you?
Shoot, man, that's a little hard to explain because it's like same like you. I had jobs where I was cushioned. I was secured in those jobs. They had the benefits of to have insurances for my family. So I love making that money and providing for my family, but it's like I'm not happy here. You know what I mean? So the turning point for me was like I want to be happy in life. You only got one life in this life. You want to live it happy, right? The best way you can, any way you can. For me, my turning point was I want to be happy. I don't want to be told what to do. That's dope. I don't want to be like I'm afraid I get fired. I'm gonna get laid off. This company don't know where it's going. Right. I don't like that. I want to be able to be like I know what I'm doing. I cut hair good. And I'm able to provide a good service.
What's crazy, bro, is a lot of people don't have that kind of confidence, and you believe it or not, bro. Like I've spoken to over 100 barbers in the past 90 days, and bro, like you'd be surprised, bro. A lot of these barbers don't believe in themselves the way you believe in yourself. Yeah. So it's a fucking mindset, bro. At the end of the day, it is, bro. Like this is what I'm gonna do. This is how I'm gonna do it. And if you don't like it, well, fuck you. Like pretty much, straight up, fuck you. Oh, yeah, you're watching my shit, so you're either a fan or a hater, one of the two.
Exactly. For me, it was a trip, because it's like I had these jobs, but I was still getting people. Hey, you still cutting hair? Hey, Joey, you still cutting hair? Yeah, you still cutting hair? I'm like, I'm not, bro. There was a point where like I'm not. I'm working a job.
Exactly. And it's crazy because like everyone goes through the motions, especially like when you're working a job. It's like, okay, cool, I'm gonna cut hair, but then like you finally do what you want to do, and then it's like, fuck, where are the people at?
Yeah, you're 100%.
You hit a wall, bro. Like right now,
coming out here to Los Baños, man, starting from the bottom, man. Like I didn't have nobody out here, bro. Yeah, we were talking earlier, like I didn't have nobody here. I had to start from the bottom. All my clientele was back in King City, so to start out fresh like that, start out brand new again, I was like,
and if you believe it or not, bro, like starting something from scratch is really unheard of, especially in this day and age.
Oh yeah, bro, for sure.
Like you don't see people our age doing that shit no more.
No,
It's all the youngsters now,
they
bro.
want to be up there already.
You know, and dude, it's crazy to me because there'll be some YNs, bro, that fucking will make $1 million at 17. Like, how the fuck are you doing that?
Yeah, man,
So to me, it's like instead of thinking that can happen for me, that can happen for me, I switched my mindset from being scared or having a scarcity mindset to having abundance. There's plenty of money out there. There's plenty of clients to be out there.
100%.
You know,
Hell yeah.
and that's what I tell, and that's what I teach inside my coaching program. I teach mindset. I teach client acquisition. Why people come to you. You specialize in a certain thing. Like I don't know if you,
Right.
that's just
Right.
how it is.
Right.
Like I hear all the time. Oh, barbers want to, cut every hair texture. Like if you can do that, but you're not gonna get very far because.
Your business.
Yeah, I'm sure you heard the saying. Jack of all trades is master of none.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Like
I've heard that. Yeah.
Like for you, what is like one thing that you know every single time on point? You get it on point every single time. Like whether it be lineups, beards, fades. Like what is one thing your one thing that you know that's on point every single time when you cut hair?
I want to do fades, man, all day. Fades is just something that I feel like I perfected that, man, since I was young. Starting in my
it's
garage.
still getting better too, because like I've noticed when you started here to like the confidence is crazy, bro.
No, 100%, man. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm still a student of the game, bro. Like I'm never gonna say I'm a better fade or I cut better fade than anyone here or any barber here. At the end of the day, I just want to perfect that fade, so I know that I'm super comfortable with more than I am right now.
What do you think about those barbers that put on their bio like celebrity barber or master barber, and it's like you look at their stuff and it's like it doesn't reflect that?
I mean, the confidence is there, like you said. I mean, they have confidence in themselves to put that on there. Go ahead, run with it, but you better be about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. You know what I'm saying?
Like to me, like how I said before, like you really got to specialize in something. Like I know barbers that only specialize in designs, and that's literally all they fucking do is designs. But they charge $120
Design
up.
crazy, bro. Design was crazy.
Or there's barbers that just do beards. It like all you see is just beard work or scissor work. Like one of the things that I noticed in my business is that I'm shutting off a lot of people that don't want that.
Really?
Yeah.
Designs, or you're talking about beards?
I'm getting a lot of new clients that they'll come to me from Instagram, TikTok, and they'll say like, "Oh, I seen your scissor work on Instagram, and I wanted to come experience that." Cool.
Hell yeah.
So
so you feel like you're kind of staying away, not staying away, but you're shying away from fades and just focusing more on scissor work.
Yeah, bro,
which is cool because
it's crazy because like
it could be a trend, bro.
It's crazy because like I've noticed, especially you're from the same era that I'm from, where like back in the day, people were buzzing their shit off.
Buzzing. That's what I did. Buzz. You want to buzz? I got you.
It's buzz.
40 ounce.
Back in the day when I started cutting hair, it was 0 on top, or the shortest I ever got for a fade was like a 1.5.
Right.
A 1.5.
And I was afraid of scissors, bro. Honestly, I was afraid to cut with scissors. I was like, man, how do I do this? How do I get the hair? How do I,
It's crazy because
parting it was.
You're not the only one, bro. Like I want to say 90% of barbers would rather not do scissor work, bro. Like the amount of clients that I've gotten that tell me that, like, oh, bro, like I'll try to tell my barber to trim the top, and he just won't do it. He'll
or they won't do it. Yeah, okay.
Or when they'll do it, it'll just like be all floppy and shit.
Scissor over comb. Scissor over comb everything on.
Yeah. So
shit.
But yeah, so so I'm circling around back to like what you do. So right now you have a second job.
I do, man.
Like
Yeah.
how's that going? Like how is that balancing your business with your job and stuff like that?
As far as I see it right now, I mean, my clients are happy. They're okay with it because some of my clients do get off of work a little later, and they're like, "Wow, cool. Now you can give me a little later." When before it was like, "Can you get me at this time, 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock?" You know what I mean? Like, if it's possible, I could get them in, but there were times where like, "Oh man, my job, I couldn't get out this time. Can you get me in later?" You know what I mean? So I feel like right now I have a really good stronghold on my scheduling right now. It's just personal life, wife, wifey's kind of a little bit tripping, but
no, I feel that. I mean, and that leads me to my next question is like running a business and trying to run that business successfully. while having a family is not easy, bro.
Oh, bro.
It's
Bro,
not
there's a
easy,
lot of
bro.
emotion that goes into it, bro.
Especially
A
like if you're
lot.
trying to create content, marketing, and all that shit, it is not easy, bro.
It's a
Like,
trip, bro, that when you try and do something like that, giving up is always in the back of your head. Should I quit? Should I
well,
give
that's the
up? You know what I
easiest
mean?
thing to do. So
It's a cop out, right?
it's a cop out. So realistically speaking, our brains are gonna choose the easiest thing for us.
100%.
That's why giving up is always there.
The
It's
easiest
like,
point,
yeah, you know.
Why is it always there, huh? Yeah.
But the thing is if you say fuck that, I'm gonna do it anyways, then you win every time.
Yeah.
You know.
But if you
I
win,
mean,
if you win every time, are you losing something else that you're not seeing? You know, like could you potentially be losing something else? You know, like
well, you're sacrificing
yeah,
time.
right.
That's for sure.
So you're losing time, but I mean, are you
Yeah,
would you
you
be
know,
able?
but
Would you lose your family for it? You know?
but at the end of the day, bro, like you're losing time, yes. But at the end of the day, you're not just losing time a lo pendejo, like how my mom says a lo pendejo.
A lo pendejo.
Like you're not losing time because you want to. You're not out in the bars doing God knows what with God knows who.
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
I could be doing way worse things, but yet I'm after work. I'm going to cook hair. I'm cutting hair. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking exactly, bro. So
You know what I'm saying?
so at the end of the day, bro, it's like at the end of the day, bro, like you can't please everybody, bro. At the end of the day, dude, like
Nobody, bro.
you know, the only person that you can control is yourself. That's an obvious fact.
Yeah.
You know.
I like that you said that, bro.
You know, it's an obvious fact. You know, and when you make those choices to grow, like, dude, like 9 times out of 10, bro, your mind's gonna choose the easiest thing for you. But if you choose the hard thing, life becomes easier. If that makes any sense.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like if you choose the hard shit first,
It's always gonna stay.
it's gonna be easier later.
Later on, yeah.
Like if you choose the easy shit now, guess what?
It might get harder later on.
It's gonna no, it's not if. It's gonna get harder later.
Yeah, yeah. 100%.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, like all the hard shit that's meant for you to push you it's there for a reason. That's why it hurts. A lot of people don't want to do it because they give up too easy or one of the biggest things is instant gratification. That's why myself included. I'm trying to get my health on point. You know, a lot of the times, you know,
you want the results to come fast.
that and then not only that, we all of us do what I call emotional eating,
Right.
where you're upset, so I'm gonna eat on a fucking donut because you're fucking so upset.
Yep.
You know, and you don't notice these things because why? Because you're giving yourself that fucking dopamine every single time. You know. But
you're just falling deeper and deeper
and deeper into that hole. It gets harder and harder, bro. Like the more you try to fucking go, you know. So
how are you dealing with it, Pugs? How do you deal with the balancing? Obviously, you don't have a second job, but the balancing.
Well,
everything that you do, you know, social media, content. You know what I mean? Like
I take it as it comes, bro. Especially with kids, because I can't say tomorrow I'm gonna wake up at 4 in the morning. I can't just do that because one, I have a newborn.
You got a newborn. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. I have a newborn and then I have a toddler. So with kids at that age, life is extremely unpredictable. Yeah, like one can wake up sick, the other one can wake up fucking fussy or whatever, or one might not have a bad night, the other one goes to sleep. Or and not only that, you also have your significant other that you have to see too. You know, 100%. Us as men, we carry that burden of providing. You know, and it doesn't get talked about a lot, and it should because without that, dude, like, what do we have? You know what I mean? But to answer your question, bro, 100%. I take it as it comes. You know, I know what I have to do. I know what I have to do, and I know what has to get done. And if I don't do it, I know that this isn't gonna happen for me. Yeah. Like the shop would have never happened for me if I didn't do what I had to do 2 years ago.
Which it came from a dream, right? This is a dream. This is a dream you've been wanting for a long time.
It's funny because in 2020. In 2020, when I joined the mentorship, I got persuaded into like, oh, don't open up a shop. It's not ideal. So I had plans to open it up. It just never happened on my agenda.
Were you scared though, because of all the shops that are already in town, in this town, those volumes? Like there's quite a bit of shops that are already established. You know.
Yeah.
You were a little like, obviously that fear was there, but you said, you know what, let's run it, right?
Yeah, I said let's run the play. Here's why. I was able to scale my business in a private suite with no walk-in traffic whatsoever, no Google reviews, all solely because I had TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
Social media, man.
I was able to generate multiple 11,000K months, 14,000K months off just of the fact that I bid on myself. Right. So in my head, I'm like, okay, if I can do that for myself in my private suite with no ad support, no Google support, no nothing, why can't I do it for a shop?
Yeah.
Why? Why not? Why not?
You made it happen, man. You made it happen.
You know, yeah. But now I'm definitely not where I want to be with the shop. And best believe, bro. Like my goals is to have the shop to charge what I'm charging.
Right. Are you seeing a lot more pros or more cons in the shop right now? And it's only been what?
It's like 6 months, 6 months,
since
7
you
months.
opened up,
So,
right? You're gonna hit that year pretty soon.
yeah,
so
here, yeah, pretty soon. So,
that's pretty dope.
it's a huge difference, bro. Running a shop and running by myself. Running by myself, I was able to go fucking fast, bro.
What's a quick advice you'd give someone that wants to open up a shop? You know, just a quick one, just a hey, bro, like look out for this real quick.
Hold a standard and be accountable because things are gonna happen between barbers or with the barber, and you literally have to address it when it happens and how it happens because if you continue letting that happen, bro, it's not gonna get addressed or fixed.
Right.
You know,
Sure.
one of the things that I recently learned too was that I really had to put my ego aside for the shop because I learned that I have to have these uncomfortable conversations with people that I never had anything any relations with.
Right.
And I also learned that mixing friends with business is a huge red flag.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot.
As long as I mean, don't get me wrong, there is some partnerships that work with friends, but when the communication ends up being one sided, or when things end up clicking up, you know, amongst other barbers, that's when shit starts
a little
to
bit
get
of envious coming around.
yeah,
too,
bro. Like I noticed that shit real fucking quick, especially working here with certain barbers, and I made it out. I made it out of that situation. I handled it the best way I could, but it taught me a lot, bro. It taught me a lot.
And you're doing good, man. You're full staffed again. You know what I mean? So you know. What I mean?
I have one chair available, so actually, so I'm still trying to fill up that chair.
Brandon. Where wants to get in?
Brandon needs to come in and stop fucking around, start cutting hair. I'll look at him, do them.
Like he's not hearing, huh?
I know he's focused, bro. I love it. But that's honestly probably one of the only barbers that I can think of right now that's really hungry is this fool. I haven't seen anybody dedicated, especially at his age, bro. Like
you remind me when I was a youngster. I would go to a shop. I'll go to a shop in Salinas with one of my buddies, and I would go watch this old man named Don Jose. Shop called Atloni out there in Salinas. Shout out to him too. We would sit there hours, bro, just watching him cut hair. Older man, old OG, just like cutting hair, just getting down, bro, faith. And we're just like me and my buddy, like, man, one day I would like to own a shop like this, or or have this, this community just show you love like that. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. So I have a similar story to that too. Like I remember I would go to this one barber and
just watch, right?
And just watch,
Yeah.
And just watch, but yeah, I mean, owning a shop is not easy. My concept is an idea, a thought that came together out of not out of spite, but out of intention. Yeah. And that's why I called it concept because it's the beginning of what's to come. This is a concept. Yeah, exactly. This is a concept of what I want.
That's dope.
For the brand.
I like that.
The next shop won't be called Concept.
Nah.
No, Concept is only gonna be here. That's it. Concept. I'm gonna call that shop something else.
Like, you have an idea?
I have no idea yet, but I'll cross that bridge when I get there.
Let's run it, barbershop.
I'll cross that bridge when I get there.
Yeah, no, hell yeah, that's dope.
I'll cross that bridge when I get there, but
I seen is it a collab or I seen that Lucky Cut It. He's reached out to you guys.
Yeah, so
that shit's fucking dope, bro. Like,
you know who that is?
Yeah, I've been fucking seeing his fucking posts. He has a lot of motivational shit to say about barbering and everything. Like,
it's funny because I was looking for another barber that wants to grow from behind the chair.
That's dope, bro.
And I was like, who the fuck? Like who in the right mind's gonna like? I'm fucking crazy when it comes to shit like this. Like there can't be another crazy motherfucker like that other than myself.
How did that happen though? Like, did you reach out to him?
No, he reached out to me.
Oh, he reached out to you.
So and it's crazy because I put it out in the universe. I was like, I'm looking for somebody, and I thought I found them, but I was wrong.
Right.
So me and him, so he hit me up. We got on a call, and me and him we literally thought the exact same, bro. We're like, fuck, we can't find no other fucking barbers, bro, that fucking want to do shit like this, bro. Like every barber that we've come across, either they came off too standoffish
Yeah.
or wasn't in it for myself type shit. Like like we're in this shit to
Celebrities and shit. They
yeah
sort of like
like
celebrities.
yeah we're trying to like make something out of nothing here.
Right. Right.
So so it made sense for the both of us. We ended up teaming up where we actually put together both of our mentorships together. Modern Era and his was called the Barber Compass. So it ended up becoming the Modern Barber Compass.
That's what it is. Okay, that's what's up. That's I had seen you.
Yeah,
I posted
Modern
that.
Barber Compass. So
wanted to
it's
ask
a,
you.
it's a combination of both. Who knows? Later on, we might change it, but for now, we both have the same agenda. We both want to grow from behind this chair. We want to help barbers scale. We both want to help.
Oh, he's full of knowledge, bro. He's full. Like I said, I
Oh,
came
I know,
across
dude.
videos,
Like, dude, the man
and I'm
is,
like, fuck,
dude,
this guy has so much
dude,
knowledge,
the man himself is a fucking Marine, bro. Like,
Oh, he is.
yeah, bro. Like he was a drill sergeant for I don't know how I forgot how many years he told me.
That makes sense. The way he talks, right? Like, he
Yeah,
talks
he's
like
a
a
drill
lot
sergeant.
assertive,
He's
you know?
and for me, I'm more technical. I'm more of the inside job. I build systems. He's more of the outside, the mindset. You know,
He can make you
drop down,
believe
give me
something.
20.
Yeah, he can make you believe you can do it no matter
No, bro,
what.
no,
Yeah,
bro,
he
dude.
can be
Like,
your
there
lowest.
was one call that I got on with him, bro, and he literally told me to stop. Like, the way, I don't know how he did it, bro. He made me feel good about myself. I was like, damn, bro. Like,
He's a motivational speaker for sure.
no,
man.
yeah.
And
So,
I
dude,
think the world needs a lot more of those.
dude,
you
and
know?
this guy is tapped in, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's
dude,
blowing up, bro. He's fucking blowing
and
up.
he's
for
the
sure.
definition of he's doing more for the barber community than barbers that have 1 million followers, bro.
100%. Bro.
Like he like at the end of the day, followers don't mean shit.
Yeah.
This is why when you said that I own the instant now, bro. I don't see it that way.
Yeah.
To me, I'm trying to give value. I'm trying to the same way he's doing it. So the way it came about, like he reached out, we got on the call, it made sense with both of us. We ended up saying, you know what, let's fucking do it, bro. We're gonna run it up.
I seen that. That's just tight.
And you're part of the mentorship too, so
Yeah.
I definitely for sure
I
tap
need
in.
to tap in. I know, bro.
There's a bunch of cool.
Slipping, bro.
Me and him have a bunch of cool stuff coming up. I don't want to say too much, but me and him.
Where's he from? California?
He's from down south.
Down south. Okay.
Down south.
I thought he was from the East Coast. I don't know why.
Wait, talk on. No, he's dope. Lucky's dope, bro. Shout out Lucky. If you're watching this shit, bro, shout out Lucky.
For sure, man.
We're about to change a lot of barbers' lives, bro. We both want to help people. We don't want to.
Chris Rossio in here. Chris Rossio, right?
It's funny because like
he's East Coast, right? He's from the East Coast.
He's the East Coast.
Okay.
Personally, bro, me cae mal.
Yeah.
Chris Basio, like there's something about him. Like he used
Too
to be cool.
cocky, what? Too
He used to be
cocky
cool.
to consider?
I met the guy. I'm not gonna lie. I met him. I met him at one point. He was cool.
Yeah.
He was real cool. But now where he is at, and he's a different person now. Probably because I stopped keeping up with him. It's probably another reason why.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude.
That's dope to be recognized like that, though. Like some people recognize, hey, that's Chris Rossio, that's Clipper Hands.
I actually had it's crazy because when that first happened to me, I actually had somebody. I was at I forgot where I was at.
They recognized you.
They recognized you, bro. I don't know what to do. I was like,
hey, it's concepts.
It's fucking. Is that hey, Barber Paco? I'm like, yeah, bro. What's up, bro?
okay.
I've never met this guy in my life, bro. I should have got a picture of him, but I didn't. But
that's fucking dope.
But yeah,
what do you say? Give me an autograph or get an autograph?
No,
Sign my clippers?
no. He's actually in the program too. I actually coach him 1-on-1.
That's what's up, bro.
So Luis, if you're watching this shit, bro, I need to tap in with you. But yeah, man, a lot of cool things are coming up with the mentorship. Lucky's a cool ass dude. Like, it's funny because a lot of people are asking me how did that come about. So
that's dope. How you that he reached out like that. Though.
Yeah, it's crazy because
Humble
like
as fuck,
I definitely think that once you start putting shit out to the world, bro. Once you start putting things out and you start trusting it, and no matter and don't hold your ground, bro. Somehow, some way, the universe is listening, bro. Yeah. But I mean and I say universe very lightly because I'm a man of God. I'm not sure if you're a man of God, but you're Christian, right?
Christian, yeah.
And I say a universe because I know a lot of people like they get weird whenever you start bringing religion into the mix, So
religion, I'm Catholic, I don't know.
But I do believe that I am where I'm supposed to be.
Right.
Urgency is my best friend right now. I move with urgency regardless of my circumstances. There's a bunch of setbacks that happened to me this past 30 days, but it's okay. It's part of the game. Part of the game. You know what I mean?
Rolling, huh?
Yeah,
man. Ducking and dodging on shit.
I mean, what is one thing you can say right now that's keeping you going?
My family, bro.
That's your why.
My family. That's my why right there. My family, man.
Like,
I want to see them.
They say, bro.
I want to motivate them.
Right.
Like at one point, I was like, I want to motivate the world, but my world is my family.
A lot of the things too, dude. Like you think you're building stuff for yourself, but you're really not. You're building things for your family, bro.
And it's awesome, bro. Because my youngest, she's like, I want to be a barber, dad.
That's dope.
She comes to my shop and she's like, I want to be what clipper should I get, dad?
Hey, but if you really think about it, bro, like you already own a shop because a private suite is
right.
pretty much a shop if you think about it.
And she's always telling me, Dad, I'm gonna go to barber school. After school, I'm gonna go to barber school.
That's dope.
That's dope.
That's dope.
Do it all the way. And female barbers, man, I mean, shit, they're killing it right now, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna hate on them, bro. They're killing it, bro.
That's another thing too. Is I've noticed a bunch of females coming into the barber space.
I can't think of any female names right now, bro. I know there's females that I've been seeing on Instagram.
There's one that I know of. I don't keep up with her that much, but Cherry the barber. That's
what I'm saying. I don't know any names of the females, but I know they're killing it.
She's a big speaker for the LGBTQ community.
Okay.
She's very well connected into the barber space, so that's pretty cool. Because I'm telling you, bro, like there's people out there that have less and they do more with what they have.
Right.
When there's people that have all the resources out there and they don't do shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I just honestly I feel blessed that my daughter wants to take on something like that too. I mean, and I'm saying like I'm just doing it because I thought I was doing it for myself. Look who's watching.
They say that
look who's watching.
They definitely say that if your why doesn't make you cry, then
for the wrong reasons.
Then it's not your why.
It's not your why. Yeah, exactly.
Earlier you asked me too, like, why haven't I done the podcast? Like, I've been thinking about it for so long. Why haven't I done it? And
why, Paco? What's up, bro?
Well, dude, I don't know.
Not off my chair.
So to keep it short, I mean, like, I always wanted to do it. It's just like it's like how the answers you studied for the test. Like you're confident. Like, I know myself. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. But then you pull up, and then it's like, oh shit. Like, what do I say? Like, all of a sudden, everything you thought you were gonna say goes out the fucking window.
And I'm sure shit you said in the mirror too. You saw in the mirror, and you're like, I'm doing it.
It was never like, excuse me. It was never like, oh, I'm never gonna do it, or it was never like, oh, I don't know what I'm talking about, because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I've learned the skill. I know certain shit. I could teach. I can scale businesses. Like, I know what the fuck I'm talking about, but when it comes to it, I don't know what it is, bro. I just go blank, and I'm like, fuck, what the hell?
Hey, well, I'm glad you fucking broke out of your, your little,
So this is episode 2, episode 2, of the pod. I want to thank Joey for coming on. For sure, this won't be the last time that I have you on the pod. So, you guys will see Joey on the pod a lot more often. He is an upcoming barber. Where you let them know where they can find you, bro.
Instagram. So far right now, just Instagram right now. So it's De Los Cortes EL dot.
I'll tag you. I'll tag you down below.
Tag it up, yeah.
I'll take it down below. That way you can tap in with him. And bro, I'll be posting this on the concept page too. That way people can, But what is one thing right now that you want to leave behind right now?
Trusting yourself, trusting God first, everything.
Amen to that. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.
Peace out.
Peace.
Okay,
Sick, right?